think I can introduce myself as a fashion designer, but I can also introduce myself as a 3D designer that's working on the field of modeling and reverse engineering. It's kind of a mixture between textiles and shoes design and fashion design. I was always building my own things and mainly clothes. So I've been sewing and sketching and doing those craft things all around my childhood. So I guess that was my initial starting point of discovering textiles and fabric manipulation and just play around this creation of fabrics. I studied jewelry and fashion in Bezalel, and right now I'm studying a master degree in London in the Royal College of Art. I'm often using 3D modeling, and it's more research about geometry and how 3D objects are built, and therefore there are lots of science behind the scenes of what I'm making. I'm using also parametric softwares, so it's sometimes more visual, but sometimes it's more about mathematical equations, and then it's back and forth. But I was always curious about the visual. I'm researching color phenomenon, so it also has this kind of science and art together to find new materials or new solution or new technologies that can affect my designs. In my case, it's more a visual understanding of geometry. The one thing that I'm really focusing on, and I just realize it after I'm doing things, it's the process of reverse engineering. When you have a physical thing and then you transfer it to a digital world and then you made it again in the physical world. So it's kind of understanding how this object is made and then to make it in the digital. I don't like to sketch really things that I will do because I will never know what will be the options. So I'm usually sketching in 3-dimensional softwares, and therefore I can really discover new forms and things I could not draw. Even if I know how to draw, sometimes it's not really what I was looking for a new form. I think it's first coming from the courage to just to try and not to be afraid. There is no borders in the digital space, so you can also work on scales that are huge or the scales that are tiny. It doesn't matter for the software. So once you know that you have this ability to do whatever, and then you can always go back and forth in your design process. So you can do it as many mistakes as you want, and you can save it in any steps. So I think that's the freedom that the digital tools allows to work on. And once you know how to go back and then to research what was your mistake, it's also part of the design at the end. The good stuff that I did were always part of the mistakes that I made.